Our boys have only been operating at Kaioken X10. You know what? It's time for our Lions to go Super Saiyan.
Excellent.
It's me, Krusty Kid, coming at you with another Detroit Lions video. Another week, another game. Just got off of a hard-fought battle against the Minnesota Vikings, and what can I say? That game definitely did not play out how I was expecting. The defense was definitely shaky. Offense, you know, for what it was, I did not expect us to do that well against that Mike Zimmer-led defense. But I don't want to get too much into that. The Lions are on a 3-game losing streak right now. We've got to get things turned around in these coming weeks, or else we're going to see our season falling down a pole like a pole dancer.
Outstanding.
That's not what we want. We need to get this turned around and fast. So, we got like I said, we got the Giants coming into town. It is in Detroit, so that's definitely, we got the home field advantage. Hopefully the crowd is loud this week. So let's get right into it. Keys to victory. I'm going to start with the defense. Alright, this has been a problem the whole year, which I've been pretty much said in all of my videos. This is stemming from week 1. We haven't been able to get pressure on the quarterback. And we've also been a little suspicious against the run. That's kind of a bad combination, but I do like what we have in the secondary. I think we're covering well, and we do put a lot of time. A lot of our plays are, you know, man-on-man, so we're not blitzing too much or bringing extra guys. But if they get the run going with Saquon Barkley, like I said, that's got to be our number one point of emphasis this weekend against the Giants is stopping the run and keeping eye on Saquon. We got to try and get that under wrap because we were unable to do that with Cook this last weekend. You see what happens when you can't stop the run. It just opens up everything as far as play action is concerned. Like then you have your safeties biting on the run. You have your linebackers biting on the run when they probably should be playing coverage on certain plays. So we've got to do a much better job against the run this coming week. All right, that's number 1 is stopping Saquon. Number 2. We got to try and generate some kind of pressure, all right? If we're not able to get there with 4, you got to bring some pressure here and there. And I know Patricia and the defense for the Lions, they don't like to blitz too much, but I think there's going to be some times where you're going to have to bring some blitzes. We've got to make the rookie quarterback, Mr. Daniel Jones, uncomfortable. We don't want him to get into rhythm. So number 1, stop Saquon, and then number 2, got to get Danny on the move. We can't let him sit back there and be comfortable. And the big thing is, you know, just keep everything out in front of you like we've been doing. I expect them to try and do some short passes, and I expect them to try and run the football and take their big play, try for some big plays whenever they take their shots whenever they can. But like I said, just keep everything out in front and just tackle. All right, we got to stop the run and just try and generate some pressure. Now, offensively, the Giants are definitely struggling a little bit defensively. I think there are definitely a lot of plays to be had, especially against their secondary. I think Stafford should have a decent day. But I'm not going to sit here and say we need to go in and, you know, start throwing. I think that we need to be aggressive early and try and build a lead. And even in the process of it, you know, just keep a balance. I think the Lions have done a good job this year so far as balancing the football between run, pass. You don't want to get too reliant on just passing, especially when you get up. If you can build a lead, you want to try and get the run and milk the clock. But even in the process, you want to try and run the football just, you know, so you can set up the play action, and that will open up everything. So, the big game. But unlike last week, I do predict the Lions to win this week. I think they can win against the Giants at home. Giants are definitely struggling. They've got some injuries. Obviously, we're banged up too, and hopefully we can get some people back. I don't know if Snacks will play this game, and Slay's a little banged up, and I'm not sure when Mike Daniels is coming back, so getting him back pretty soon and having Snacks, that will help shore up the run defense, I'm hoping. And hopefully we can just get this pass rush going at some point. I don't know if we trade for someone, but that's definitely the weakness of the Detroit Lions defensive-wise is just a little shaky against the run and, you know, just coverage in certain situations. I think our linebackers struggle a little bit with coverage too, but I like what our back end has. If we could just get a little bit more out of the front, I think we'll do good. Not only in this game, but going forward in the year. It's a tough NFC conference. We've got to win this week if we want to stay in this playoff race, and I expect a pretty decent game. I don't think it will be a blowout. I foresee the Lions winning by 10, maybe 13 points. I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think, because I think the Giants will be able to get some stuff against our defense, but ultimately I think we will outscore them in. We'll see how it plays out, but this is a must-win game just because if you look at the NFC, it's not an easy conference, guys. The Lions have got to start stringing together some wins if they want to stay in this race. And see you guys next Sunday, and go Lions.